Hey, hi everybody. My name is Nicole He. I am a game developer in New York City, and I also stream sometimes for fun at twitch.tv/Nicole two underscores He. And today I'm really excited to play Card Shark, which is a game made by the studio Nerial. Sorry. Like straight up mispronouncing the name off the bat. But this is exciting for me because I am also currently co-directing a completely different game that's not yet announced with Nerial. But they are coming out with Card Shark really soon, and I haven't played it, and I'm really excited to. And today we also have with us, luckily, one of the game developers who did work on Card Shark, Daisy. And so I think we'll just be kind of like playing this, I mean, for me playing it for the first time and just sort of chatting about the game. So Daisy, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, hello, my name is Daisy Fernandez. I am a designer and I worked on Card Shark and did some writing as well. I'm based in London, so it's the afternoon for me, morning for Nicole.
Yep. Cool, yeah, so I think we'll just, I don't know, I'm excited to embark on this journey. Obviously I've heard about the game, given that I'm working with you all on a different game, and you are all very, busy and stressed working on this game as well, in a good way, from what I understand. Yeah, do you have anything to say about Card Shark before we get started, Daisy?
Well, we've locked the localization, so I'm just praying I don't see any typos or anything, because it's going to be very distressing to me psychologically if I don't see any mistakes. But fingers crossed.
Great, okay, cool. Let's do it. Gamepad. Got it. Ooh.
What are you, how cocky are you feeling?
Let's see. I feel like I always pick the neutral one, and then feel a little bad about it. Like, I guess there are people out there who just go for the hardest mode right off the bat. Anyway, I'm not that person.
I can't relate. I always go for the easiest one and then forget until the end.
Okay, my dear player, it is with the utmost diligence that I must warn you against the hazards of this game. I will teach you secrets that will turn you as easily into a beggar as into a king. It is based on the Mémoire sans parole. Oh God, this is now forcing me to pronounce French. And now our French co-worker collaborators are gonna watch this and make fun of me. Okay, a dangerous manuscript I unearthed in my beloved bouquiniste of 9 Rue Blanche. I don't know what that word means.
It's like a bookshop.
Okay, cool.
I had to Google it.
Be careful as you play through these fateful events and unravel the destiny of the Forgotten Queen. I will say one thing I feel like that's nice about the difficulty screen, or it indicated to me that there is death in this game, that you can die, because I feel like you're often playing a game and you're just like, I wonder if you could die in this game, and then you die, and you find out. But I'm kind of glad to know in advance that I can die in this game.
No, you can certainly die in this game.
For here lies the work of the devil. This is really beautiful. And I know that you worked with a specific artist on this game. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, Nikolai, who worked in collaboration with Nerial on this, is just extraordinarily talented, and I don't want to try and explain what each step entailed, but he basically did a lot of fine liner drawings, which he then scanned into Photoshop and animated from there. He's got a whole Twitter thread on it.
Oh, cool. This is
goes
beautiful.
Into amazing detail.
And my chair is blocking it, but right off the bat, I already see Laika, who is Arnaud's dog, which is great. Arnaud being one of our Nerial collaborators.
Yeah, she gets a credit at the end as well.
As she deserves.
Of course, star of the show.
Did Your Majesty have a good nap?
We spent a lot of time deciding whether she was a miss or a Mrs.
Oh man, I think Ms. feels right.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing you say when you correct someone. She's quite a strident lady.
Yeah, definitely gonna frown here. Not that I care. Get to work now. Good. The game is complete now. we can stop here, yeah. What are you doing fidgeting like a salmon about to meet the croûte? If you're about to have one of your convulsions, then you'd best make sure my customers don't see it. Come on, lad, you need to earn your keep. The frown is so charming. I just like it. You lad, come pour me a drink. I feel like that's like a line I want to say at a
come
bar.
On, lad.
Yeah.
You're right.
Sure, it's like extremely offensive.
You're just pouring a bottle of wine on your head. This is gonna make it really difficult for you to see how much you need to.
Oh, sorry. Am I like blocking it? Okay.
Oh, can you not? Can you?
Yeah. So I'm watching it on the other screen, but
okay. Yeah, it just looked like you were just pouring wine on your head.
Oh. I'm gonna spend like 3 hours doing this.
Yes. Perfect.
These facial expressions are so funny.
So I found myself using that one facial expression quite often when we had to designate emotions to each response.
Couldn't help but notice your mistress is rather rough with you. Smile. Can't you speak? No, I am a silent protagonist, of course. How fascinating, indubitably linked to these seizures your mistress spoke of so fondly. The ancient Greeks believed people like you possessed prophetic abilities, you know. I just love this expression.
So cute.
Load of nonsense, if you ask me. Either way, you strike me as an intelligent fellow. Would you like to earn some extra cash? I mean, this guy's expression too is like extremely suspicious, but I like it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes to this. That can only mean yes. Listen closely. Though there's money to be made, there's plenty more to lose. I'm gonna play a game of cards tonight, and I'm going to win. Thanks to you. But before I explain my plan, I have a question. Do you know what suits are? Yes.
Well,
I think.
we've got a pro on our hands.
Well, now I'm doubting myself. I'm like, do I? You will serve us wine as we play and peek at my opponent's cards. Then you'll signal to me the best suit in his hand, whichever he has the most of. Then how will you signal? After serving the wine, you will take your cloth and wipe the table in a particular pattern corresponding to the suit. That made sense, I hope? Yes. Let's discuss the wiping pattern you can use as signals. I feel like my palms are getting sweaty. I'm like nervous about this task. For hearts, you will wipe in a okay, God, I'm like definitely not going to remember. Clockwise circular motion. Okay, great. If it's best suited spades, wipe in anti-clockwise circular motion. Anti-clockwise? It sounds so...
I always remembered it because it's like an upside down heart.
Yeah. Oh.
So those two are kind of linked.
Is do you say anti-clockwise? Is that like a UK thing?
I would say anti-clockwise.
Oh, interesting. We say counterclockwise.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it makes sense now.
I feel like it's like these cultural exchanges are very valuable.
Say tomato, say tomato.
Diamond straight. Okay. Signal club, so I table on the side-to-side pattern.
Perfect.
Great. Okay. Also, I just remembered I should probably. Sorry, I'm just like closing Slack because I realized that like it'll probably start making all these noises at me. Okay. And I need to focus here. Okay, I've thrown a lot at you, I know, but shall we try the next trick? Now let's try having you peek over my shoulders, you pour me a fresh drink. When you've seen my hand, signal to me the best suit. Ready to give it a try? I already forgot all of them.
Well, what, do you remember? What do you think it was?
Oh, wait, this one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Okay, great. Also, sorry, I know I'm probably blocking the pores with my head.
No, it's just a brilliant composition that it looks like the wine's getting
Yeah.
on you every time.
I personally feel like I need more practice. So, okay, right, the spade. So the heart is clockwise. The spade is anti-clockwise. The diamond is up and down. Okay, that makes sense. The clubs. Okay.
God, maybe we should have done an American text pass as well.
Yeah, Americans are going to be
The
like,
American language.
Literally, what does that mean? How do I count?
So if you get stressed about remembering what the pattern is, it will preview it
Oh, that's
on the left.
that is
So you
very
can kind
nice.
of feel around.
That is nice. All right, let's do it. I'm ready.
I mean, I had to play this game so many times and I would still get really stressed out even though I knew exactly what was under the hood. That's like the amazing thing about when you're making a game and you can suspend your disbelief even when you've played it 100 million times.
Yeah. Where is he gone? The gentleman who was at this table. He didn't pay for his wine. I'll have to dock that from your wages. I'm in luck tonight. You, on the other hand, you will probably die soon. On the gallows or of the box. I just feel like there are a lot of good lines in here that I feel like I need to bring into my social life. Yeah. That'll depend on whether I embrace your principles or your mistress. Be careful, sir. My apologies. I spoke in jest. Let me refill your cup. Okay, I'm nervous.
I really love the audio effect. Oh, I'm speaking too early. The audio effect when you pour wine in the this main scene.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like how the music becomes all distant. You'll see.
Okay, great. Looking forward to that. How much do you want to bet? How about 5 leave? Yes. Sure. Oh God, here we go.
There's some nice distant music.
Hearts. No, diamonds. Okay.
Smashed it.
Yes. Yes. Thank God. Okay. What? How did you do that? Just the luck of the draw, my good man. A drink and everything will be forgotten. Spades. Spade is the anti-clockwise. I didn't expect to learn a new word today.
Yeah.
Learned a couple new words already, actually. Wipe that grin off your face.
Some French as well.
Yeah. sort of setback happens to everyone, my good friend. Only yesterday I lost a fortune. You know what I did? I had a drink. Allow me.
Huh?
Yeah? Oh,
I think you can go anywhere.
Yes. Why would I hesitate?
Responsible.
You played the first round so well, lad, but look to our opponent. You see he's starting to get suspicious. I fear it won't be long before he's had enough. Damn, we've been scuppered. That's probably because you said that all just now. Boy, what are you two whispering about over there? Nobody cheats me.
The animations here are so amazing.
Wow. No! Not my boss.
Miss P.
That's unfortunate. Forgive me, lad. I got a little carried away. The law will soon be upon us. We need to go now. That odious fellow appears to have left his purse. How careless. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear my radiator.
I can't hear your radiator, but I'm
Oh, right.
apologize
Yeah,
in
okay.
advance if my dog starts making all sorts of weird noises.
Okay, the Comte, Chapter 1. I mean the oddness of his manner, which is impossible not to laugh at. Otherwise, you know he's very sensible and well-bred in conversation. I hate facing the consequences of my actions.
Yeah, I didn't play video games to face the consequences of my actions.
Yeah. This is beautiful. I love this. I love the subtle... Just like the animations of the leaves on the trees and the smoke and the way that the clouds are
Particle
moving.
effects.
It's,
When they were added into the project, we all lost our mind. Those little bees and the
it's beautiful.
flies and stuff. It's so nice.
Can you make this a screensaver?
I definitely should.
Airy Neo, my friend, do you hear that in the breeze? The rustle of the leaves and the murmur of the nearby brook.
Oh, yeah, the characters are behind your head.
Oh. Oh. I didn't even notice them because I was... Yes, our good friend Comte has arrived. We'll stop here for a while. The gentleman who killed your patroness is Colonel Gabriel, commanding the Bern Regiment. It won't be long until he accuses you of this murder. Me? I'm afraid you make the perfect scapegoat. Your animosity with the deceased is well known. You're poor, young, and mute, and you fled the crime scene with a notorious thief. Me. But do not worry, we're safe here. This is the camp of the Cascarots. They are friends, they don't talk. And like the other Romani in France, they fall between the cracks. They're invisible, a bit like you. Make yourself at home. I need to talk with the magician. To the magician. Just want to make sure all your writing is like perfectly expressed.
It's making me self-conscious. I'm like, oh shit, we should have changed that.
Sorry, it's behind here. Let's be inscrutable. It's always very cool to be mysterious.
I thought you were going to choose the aggressive one. It's a bit of a personality test, actually, watching someone play it. And see which
Yeah.
they choose.
I love all of these.
Finding foolish.
Are you done making faces? Good for me, good for you. It reminds me a little bit of Disco Elysium, actually, the sort of like the facial expressions.
Compliment.
Yeah. You're the new pet of our dear Comte de Saint-Germain. No, don't answer that. My name is Irineo Funes, cheat and humble artist of the shadows. New Twitter bio. I trick my fellow man for money and adventure. Would you like to learn magic? Yes. Thought you might say that. It's called 3-card Monte. During the 100 Years' War, an English lord lost the entirety of his estates over this game, which is a very English thing to do. Then he threw himself off the white cliffs of Dover, which is a very French thing to do. So follow closely. Do you see the queen here? Yes. I'll put her here. Now follow the queen closely. Oh god. Oh god. I think it's this one? Nope.
See, I know how it works, and I still can't beat it.
Okay, I guess because, oh, did he trick me? Was this magic?
Oh, sorry, spoiler.
Okay, fine, there's a bit more to it than that. I was playing with you. I'll show you how it's done. Start by flipping the cards over. Pick them all and show them to me. Now for the important part, the secret that makes it work. You can either play fair and put the queen down, or cheat by putting down the card behind it. Oh, okay. What? Missed it? Okay. Okay.
You go.
Part of the problem is, like, I'm currently playing with an Xbox controller, and then, like, sometimes I'm playing other games on different consoles, and then I'm like, oh god, which button is which button? Okay, I see.
Perfect. Alright, you've entered the flow state.
Yes. Alright, now take your time and swap 2 cards, make it look deliberate. Hooray! Yes.
One of the really cool things about this game, like one of the core design principles in it, is that all of the games that you perform, you could theoretically learn how to perform these tricks. Like the game teaches you how to do these tricks. And they're all...
Yeah, I think that is really, I feel like that was the thing that when I learned that about this game, that it's like real teaching you like real cheating techniques. Like that just made it really exciting. I don't know. I think that's
it'd be
really
cool if it would be bad, but it would be cool if we got banned in some countries.
Yeah. Well, it's not the uncertain hand of chance that has me in this dump. I'm glad you appreciate my hospitality. Like when I went to London a couple months ago and met you and the rest of the Nerial team, and Arnaud was like showing us some of these. I mean, he wasn't no offense to Arno if you're gonna watch this, but he wasn't like that good at it, but he was showing us like these real like cheating things, I guess, that he learned through the process of making this game.
Yeah, I mean, Nikolai, who did all the art and animation, he's really, really good at it, and it does make me sort of clap like an idiot whenever he pulls off a trick.
Come in, boy. I was waiting for you. Yes, come meet the magician. I will wait outside. I think it's, you know, video games allow us to experience, you know, like power fantasies, and I think there is something about like learning how to cheat, or cheating at cards is like the perfect, at least for me, the perfect kind of power fantasy. That, because you're, you know, other games you're like you're murdering people and, you know, attacking and dethroning God or whatever, but like there's something about just like pretending to cheat at cards that is just like very satisfying to get to do in a game.
Especially if your mark is someone who's unpleasant.
Yeah. God.
Oh, good. It's an interesting balance to strike, because we didn't want to tell a moralizing tale, but also we'd be remiss not to show the dark side of it all.
Yeah, for sure.
And the way that you are exploited and go on to exploit others.
Yeah.
Is a big narrative theme.
That's cool. Yeah, I feel like that's always a thing when we're making games where you're doing unsavory things, right? Like, how do you figure out how to balance giving the player something, you know, fun and like a lighthearted way to do bad stuff, but at the same time not necessarily make it this like moralizing thing where you're like, oh, you did that bad thing that we made you do, like you're bad, but at the same time have it make you feel the consequences as well. I think that's always like a kind of a difficult balance.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Like, just thinking of like like The Last of Us or something, which I love. I love both those games, but it's I feel like a lot of times the game is like you have to, you know, press X to like brutally murder somebody, and then the game is like, how could you do that? Like, you know, and you're like, well, I mean,
it's funny when I feel like I sort of followed the moral trajectory of Ellie when I played the first one, that I was really traumatized whenever I killed anyone.
Yeah.
And then by the end I was like, die.
Yeah.
Ruthless.
Right. You remember? I was not paying attention, so I...
The perils of commentary.
Yeah. Five of spades. Pick a number and say between 2 and 5. I'm gonna shuffle the deck and then cut it. I think Arnaud showed me this one. Abracadabra, I know where your card is in the deck. Remember the number you chose? Watch. According to the number you picked, the next one should be your card. Is that your card? Yes. Good, because there's no way I'm parting with my coins over that. And relax, you owe me nothing. The comp told me of your origins. I can see that look in your eye. It's always the same. You want to know how I did it. I'm willing to explain since you showed such promise with 3-card Monty. I think, yeah, Arnaud showed me this one, and I think he explained it, but I forgot, so.
Now it's time for your refresher.
Yeah. Alright, so I've chosen my card, the Ace of Diamonds, and placed it at the top of the deck. For the time being, let's keep it simple. I'll choose the number 1. That means all we have to do is keep the ace at the top. Let's see what happens if we start shuffling. As we first start mixing the cards, we can keep an eye on the ace. But if we keep shuffling, we quickly lose track of it. Let's reset the deck and see what we can do differently. Start shuffling again, but only drop a clump of cards once. At this stage, we know that the ace is at the top of the pile in our bottom hand, but if we keep shuffling, we'll lose it. Suppose you're wondering how I kept track of your card when I shuffled and cut the deck before. You're right to look suspicious. The trick is to put marker next to our card so we can find it later, even after more shuffling. You do this by dropping one card onto the pile and offsetting it slightly. This is called in-jogging. This is another new word. Remember it well, boy. In-jog. That's it. Now you can shuffle the rest without worrying about losing the ace. Yeah. Great, now we know where the ace is. But I wanted it at the top, not somewhere in the middle, so now what? That's where cutting comes in. We can feel for the in-jog marker with our fingers and cut the deck at that point. The next card down is our ace, remember? So when we recombine the piles, it'll be back at the top. But why trust me? Let's let the cards do the talking. Voila, as if by magic, the ace of diamonds back at the top of the deck. Let's see if you understand that. Try shuffling and cutting, making sure the ace gets back to the top at the end. Wait, in jog? Yeah, okay.
Brilliant.
Yay. I'm confident. By doing the trick, we wanted an ace at the top of the deck. And sure enough, we've dealt out some cards and the ace came out first. But the real trick is a bit more impressive. You'll let someone else choose the ace's position. You see, boy, giving your target the feeling that they're in power is the key to pulling the rug out from underneath their feet. So with that in mind, imagine I'm your mark, and I've chosen the number 4. You need to offset the ace with 3 other cards. It means when you deal, the ace won't be the first, but 4th. Teach you how to add these offsetting cards whilst you shuffle. Let's start as we did before. Shuffle cards down. Before in-jogging, we need to offset the ace to the correct position. Drop 3 more cards one at a time. Okay. Exciting.
You're so good at it, you're not seeing any of the fail dialogue.
I'm sure that will happen.
Showing the breadth of the dialogue.
There's nothing more embarrassing than messing up a magic trick. So keep practicing. Now remember, I get to choose where I want my card to end up. Neither me nor anyone you show this to will pick the number 4 just because you learned it. So pay attention to which number is picked and only offset the card that far. Pick the number 2. Okay. Hooray.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh.
So what was the process of developing this game?
When I joined, very few of the tutorials had been created, but a lot of the main game had been created, so it was more like a process of reverse engineering a tutorial from the main scene.
Oh, interesting.
And I'm not a natural at this game or card games in general, so I think it means that I can vouch for the person with the the lowest capacity to learn these sort of things, which actually is really helpful for designing a tutorial, because I had to really understand it in order to create it, which, you know, it's a bit embarrassing when you're constantly having to ask people to explain the rules to you and stuff like that. But hopefully it led to the onboarding feeling,
Yeah, for sure.
you know, feeling robust. But it's also a fun challenge because you have to kind of the compt is the person who teaches you most of the tutorials, and he's such a fun character, and Francois did such an amazing job of creating him in the first place. So having this kind of camp, cheeky character teaching you how to do the tricks in the first place is a really fun way to teach the player.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he can kind of trip you up and take the piss out of you a bit, and then that can sort of, otherwise these things can become a bit dry. Basically what's going on here is that you're asked if you want to donate any of your fund towards the camp.
I mean, it's like embarrassing when you don't match it, but at the same time, this guy's definitely a lot richer than me, you know? So I feel like giving 10 is proportionate to, you know.
I don't know which dev did put that detail in as well, that if you put in more money than the comp, he starts looking
He
annoyed.
looks upset, yeah.
And he's such a selfish character.
Yeah.
And there's like lots of little moments like that where you see him being selfish. But if you go on the journal there, so if there's a note if you press X.
Oh.
On the camp.
Oh, I see.
We have this journal entry for each location you go in, which was inspired by the book Flowers for Algernon.
Oh, cool.
So you start off uneducated, and you don't really know how to spell or write properly, but you've got this talent for art. You know, these are actual original sketches that Nikolai made.
Oh, nice.
And then as you go up the ranks of high society, your grammar and your the way you express yourself becomes more sophisticated.
That's really cool.
We just thought it was a way to add a bit more psychological nuance to the protagonist.
Yeah, that's great.
And also it's a way to show Nikolai's concept art.
That's really cool. The art is so amazing and it's so unique, and I feel like even obviously I've seen screenshots and I watched the trailer and stuff, but it's really great to actually really see it on the screen, and just like the subtle details of the textures and everything. They're just really nice.
Yeah, it's so lovingly made. There's something cynical about it. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but it's so intricate. Like it's like a model maker's game.
Yeah, I think I totally get that feeling. Like it feels very true to like a specific person's vision, I guess. Like that we really get that feeling from it.
And I think Emma, who's the who did all of the UI, did a really amazing job of adding like a kind of clean, sympathetic layer to the art as well.
Yeah, the UI is really great. I'm not going to this inn for leisure, of course. Not when there's coin to be made. Simple trick we pulled at the tavern won't work. How do you feel about taking a seat at the table? I'm ready. Ha, you have a thirst for the game already, I see. I won't be playing to win, of course. You'll be aiding me. I like that this is it's funny, like, this is a game about, like, being a gamer. Old-timey gamer.
Old-timey game enjoyer.
Yeah. Before I get to explaining our next strategy, do you need a refresher on the card values? I mean, I don't think so, but now I'm like, do I?
Better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah. 2 to 10, they aren't very strong. A jack, yep, okay.
we wanted to be sympathetic towards people who, well, there's like a range of people who could pick up this game, and some of them will find this kind of thing very obvious, so it was important that it was optional.
Yeah.
But
that's cool.
On the other hand, you have people who've got no idea.
I think one thing, I mean, the game hasn't come out yet, but like one thing that was like surprising to me when I, that I in the process of like learning about this game is that it's like not about playing cards. Right? It's only about cheating at cards. And I thought that was really cool because I feel like it's not like a card game, right? Because like card games are a very specific type of thing. Obviously it looks like a card game, but it's not a card game. And I think that's really cool. And I wonder, is that something that I bet that probably most people think this, right? Or I don't know, people that come in with like game literacy are probably look at this and they're like, this is a card game. But then when you play, it's like, it's not actually a card game. Is that something that you have found with playtesting, like expectations in that way?
Yeah, people are often taken aback by it. Because also if you were to like walk past someone playing the game midway through a sequence, it might, as you say, look like a card game because you see like the deck and you see things moving around, all the squares and stuff, but it is really a game about preparing the deck for observation and subterfuge.
Right.
But it still does require a logical part of your brain to be engaged.
Yeah.
Especially as you get later on into it. It's kind of like a heist game.
And I like that a lot, like, because I mean, I do like card games, but I think I don't know. I think I was like more excited when I found out that it was, as you said, kind of more of a heist game.
Yeah, for me, because I'm not much of a card player, so it sort of, to me, it sort of sidesteps the dry bit. Right. And it's all about the sort of, I mean, whenever I play the game Cheat, the fun bit about it is the sneakiness and the feeling of getting away with doing something bad.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Oh god. My brain has like 2 slots for information, and it's like they've already been
just get
used.
Displaced.
Yeah. Okay.
Luckily, we have this preview icon, so you'll always be able to see what you're going to signal if you release the input.
Okay, that kind of makes sense because the club has 3 thingies, and the heart has 2 thingies, and the spade is 1 thing.
We did try and find a way to explain it like that, but I think it was the fourth suit didn't really fit the description. We had quite a lot of discussion about whether you should count the fingers that were in the air or the fingers that were holding the cards.
Oh, interesting.
But Kevin, who's one of the designers when he joined the project, it was one of his first contributions, and I just thought it was true that if you were going to look at someone across the table, it would be much clearer to see the fingers that were lifted.
Yeah. So how much of sorry, continue.
I'm just going to say the best thing about working on a game with no voiceover is that you can make these text changes quite quickly.
Yeah.
And completely change the rule of the game.
Yeah, that's cool.
What were you going to say?
I was just going to ask, like, how much of it was like you guys coming up with ways to cheat, and how much of it is like known cheating mechanics in games?
I believe a lot of it comes from an actual book. So some of, I mean, a lot of the what are they called? Metonyms? Is that the right word? Like an expression or a sentence to remember something is something that either myself or someone else came up with because that's how they organically did it when they played the game.
Right.
But the sort of core cheating techniques are all real. So yeah, stuff like this about like, oh, the king, the strident ruler, you've got to push him at the front of the table. This was all just a way that I remembered it.
Oh, nice, yeah. let's go for it. Can't pour the wine when you're a customer. Responsibility will rest on my shoulders.
There was a lot of fiddling around with getting the timing right here because we need to find that balance of making it look subtle but also be playable.
Ace of Hearts. Fuck. Wait. Oh wait, heart has two things. Okay, two curves. And then it is the ace.
Nice.
Okay.
You are really good at this.
A real gamer here. It's interesting because it's like you have to psychologically, because obviously when I'm like looking at the card, it's like it makes me think that that's the card I need to like, but it's not the card I'm looking at, it's the one that I had to try to remember earlier.
Yeah. It's funny because the individual techniques are all quite simple, but when you stack them together, you do feel that your brain's being stretched.
Yeah.
Considerably. Especially when you add in like the timing element in the main scene and like the narrative stakes of it all.
Yeah. Quite a journey yet. Some handwriting practice will pass the time. Now let me find my quill.
So yeah, this is this idea that you're being educated as you progress. So we wanted to always end each tutorial with a reference to your education happening in your downtime.
This inn has proven to be a fertile hunting ground in the past. Take a look at the man in red seated over there with all his finery. Let's fleece him for all he's worth. Now stay back here until I'm seated. You seem utterly bored, my young friend. I happen to know the perfect cure for that ailment. You're not a doctor, I hope. I may be bored, but I'm not suicidal. I only administer the sweetest form of thrill, a good old game of cards. That's a remedy my humors can agree with. Please have a seat. Queen of clubs. Fuck. Wait. The gently laying down the lady.
Nice one. There's something, again, my monkey brain is like really pleased by the coins.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we are actually using like really insidious gambling tactics, nice juicy particle effects when you win.
Yeah. The sparkle. Eight of clubs. I think I have to say it out loud to like. Okay, King of Spades. My hands are sweaty though.
Yeah, you should do this sort of occasionally hold your palms up so you can see.
A stringent defeat again. You've got to.
We had to write so many dialogue alts for winning and losing. They usually have some sort of thematic thing, like the Doctor theme or whatever.
Oh god, was that an ace of clubs? Alright.
Yeah. When you see an ace, you can just relax for the rest
yeah,
of
I'm
the
like, it's
sequence.
I'm just like. Is it randomized here, like the cards?
I think it's not true random.
Yeah.
It's because, as I'm sure you know already, like true random means that you could get some, the same cards every time for a while. So it's and there's always going to be, I think, there will always be 2 or 3 of the same suit.
I like their like weird doctor metaphor conversation. Like they just have this like bit going.
Yeah, they're really yes-anding.
Yeah.
Good chemistry, good improv chemistry.
Right. Okay. We're heading to Toulouse. A city on the verge of hysterical frenzy is the best place to make a profit. Why? I heard a Protestant merchant killed his own son to prevent him from converting to Catholicism. The bigots are scandalized, the people enraged, the gentry suspiciously silent. As far as scams go, it's pretty crude, but you have to recognize a certain Gallic efficacy. The trial starts tomorrow. The whole city will be busy, noisy, and distracted. We cannot let this opportunity pass. The magician showed you a technique that allows you to maintain and offset a stack, didn't he? Whilst you now have a strong foundation to work with, the technique has some flaws. Fiddling around with the deck at the table is just too risky. So how else can we stack the deck? How? We'll use something I call the full harvest. You will collect cards at the end of a round so they sit favorably in the deck during the next one. Picture in your mind how the cards will fall if you're the dealer. Because I'm sitting to your right, I'll be dealt last. That's where we want high value cards. Pick up the card clumps in an order that ensures I'll end up with a high card when you deal. Okay. Oh, okay. Wait, can I? Oh, right. Was the left and right to like reverse the order or something like that? It's like
You can, yes, you choose which order you pick it up in.
Okay.
If you go left from right or right to left.
Right. Okay. God. Okay. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's really hard, especially at the time of pressure.
Yeah, I think the time pressure is what really makes it like.
Yeah. When we're playing, practicing it just in engine, we had a debug thing where you could just move the suspicion bar down. But I always really miss it when I play the game.
Yeah.
The demo, the build even.
Every fourth card will be dealt to me. Thanks, you'll have high values. But of course we can't start dealing just yet, we have to shuffle. Or pretend to at least. Allow me to introduce the art of ineffective shuffling. Drop some cards, don't leave your stack behind. Our favorable stack is at the bottom, still in order. The rest of the cards will pile up on top. Eventually we want to bring the ordered cards back to the top undisturbed. To help with that, we need to mark where they are in the deck. One card poking out of the deck should do the trick. This is called in-jogging. feel like this is breaking my brain a little bit.
Especially if you get carried away and you choose a big selection and then it
Yeah.
screws you up.
Fuck that up.
We did talk a bit about should we?
Oh, because it's going in the opposite. It's not like because they're facing that way. Okay, I see. It's from the actual direction.
Yeah, we did speak about having an option to just like, if you should lose instantly, but we thought that it's hard. It's good to learn from your mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's
not just to be punishing, but just so that you can see like the logic of what happens if when you do make a mistake, as opposed to just stopping you and restarting it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Remember, the stakes are getting higher, lad. We cannot be discovered. You are cheating. I'm truly happy to make your acquaintance. You are. The nobility is full of scammers and cheats, but they're mostly inept amateurs. Real con artists are a rarity, for good reason. Voltaire, come here to meet these gentilshommes. The Voltaire? What is it, my young friend?
Celeb sighting.
Too busy for your games. These men are cheats, professional ones. Cheats, you say? Truly corrupted souls, how interesting. Monsieur Voltaire, I respectfully disagree. We simply teach men a justified fear of cards and gambling, and we get paid for this humble service. It does sound like an elastic conception of virtue and morale. Should we play to test your logic? Oh yes, please. Cheat again.
Got the big bucks now.
I know.
But you can see it affects your suspicion.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Oh no.
Nicely done.
Yeah. I didn't see anything. You're really good. Can I ask you a question? Please do. Do you play to earn money, or do you play for the mere pleasure of tricking your opponents? Neither. Each game I play is just a brick in the edifice I'm building. Each trick is an element of a larger plot. I play patiently, slowly, until I can trick the sun. Like you, Monsieur de Voltaire. One letter at a time, one idea at a time, until the whole world changes.
Yeah, you're getting fast at it.
Why, this is art. Another round. The expense feels no different to a trip to the theater. And you are in luck, good sir, for we have an encore planned.
More yes-anding.
Yeah. He's good. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh.
It's so sad watching the animation play out when you know it.
When you hear that heartbeat,
it's gonna work. Yeah, it's so stressful.
Okay. Monsieur, I must leave, unfortunately. Oh, we had barely begun to understand. Please come back soon. We're curious to learn your tricks.
This is like a nice scene to lose at, but other scenes are more high stakes.
Yeah. Voltaire seems like a chill guy.
Yeah.
We're heading to the manor of Baroness de Beauregard. She has the look, the laugh, and the breath of a horse. Be afraid. I suppose we won't have seen wealth like hers before. Don't let it overwhelm you. Nervousness will give away our ploy. Needless to say, we're visiting for her fortune, not her company. We'll be developing the trick we pulled at your employer's dump. Remember how you used a cloth to signal a suit? Let's take that a step further. As my servant, you'll be able to pour drinks for everyone at the table. And owing to my widely known fastidiousness, extra cleaning won't raise eyebrows either. I can play aggressively if I know the exact count of my opponent's most numerous suit. Oh god, it's a count. To communicate the count, simply repeat the suit signal without interruption. Oh god. Let's give that a try. Two clubs. Oh, I already forgot these things. Wait, was it? Which way was it? Wait, okay, I'm trying to remember. So, heart is clockwise. Okay, heart is clockwise. Was spade anti-clockwise?
Yes.
And then
said like a real Brit.
Yeah. And then diamond is up and down, right? That should be easy.
Mm-hmm.
And then club is this way. Okay.
Nice.
Three spades, I think. The counting, I think, is hard.
Mm-hmm. But it's also just true multitasking, having to pour at the same time and balance it all.
Yeah. Okay, let me teach you the final technique of the evening. I call it dog-eared card. I'll slip a second deck into your pocket as you pour my drink, take it to another room, find an ace, bend the corner of it, like you would to mark your place in a book. The next time you pour my drink, I'll take the second deck back. Follow my instructions, you'll be fine. Let's do a practice run. Did he say specific ace? I forget.
Just an ace.
Oh, okay. Arnaud also showed me this.
What, the crooked ace?
Yeah, just like
dog-eared ace.
Just like bending or marking a card subtly.
Yeah, because you don't actually have to bend it that much for it to create a sort of lift in the deck.
Remember, follow my instructions and everything will be fine. My dear Comte, here in my humble home. What a little scoundrel. You flit about like a hummingbird. Am I not enough flour for you? Unfortunately, being close to you turns me into an imbecile without remedy. Are you going to play as an imbecile tonight? I cannot wait to see that. I'm yours to slaughter, as always. I think it was 2 clubs. Let's see. Boy, how exactly were you planning to pour us wine with an empty bottle? Go and fetch us more from the other room. Was that 2 hearts?
I think so.
I think there were also, I don't know.
Yeah, because if you have 2 of the same, 2 high ones of the same count, then you can do either.
The 12 bottles of milk, was it? I'm all ears. McGregor wouldn't like me to tell the king's stories. You should visit my old friend Aramis, the musketeer. He was there, you know. At the 12 bottles of milk? Shh, it's a secret. Let's play again.
So often you are... It turns into a bit of like a mystery that you're unraveling. And there's like a narrative incentive to win, an additional incentive to win.
I see. That's cool. Comte, you have me beat. Don't look so upset, Baroness. It's not pretty on you. How dare... I jest, of course. You're ever breathtaking. Your sorry jokes and acid compliments won't lighten my mood, Comte. You know I loathe to lose, and I tire of seeing you disappointed. How about I give you a chance to earn back your money? Pity now. What did you have in mind? Sadly, I cannot part with tonight's winnings. My poor mother, the Duchess, needs her medicine. But this pocket watch here belonged to my father, the Cardinal. It's worth 200. I'll have my boy cut the deck, for fairness' sake. If he gets an ace, you owe me 200 more. Otherwise, I'll give you the watch. I trust you're satisfied with the terms. I'm feeling quite generous of late. And here I thought I'd be the one regretting your visit. You're on. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, we did it.
Got big money now.
Wow. Yeah, I'm rich.
Yeah, occasionally, because you know, to stop it being too formulaic. we throw in like a sort of spontaneous mini game or a moment where you have to act on your toes like that.
That's cool. Own an explanation. Gather we're not traveling together by chance. You, a naive soul. France is on the verge of tremendous change. I believe we can make a fortune just by listening closely. You see, I'm investigating a secret called the 12 Bottles of Milk. One of the witnesses to the secret is Henri d'Aramitz, former musketeer of Louis XV. If he's a friend of the Baroness, then he must be a gambler. Do you have any questions before we discuss our strategy? Secret wedding could... Oh, I pressed the button before I read the line.
Boring.
Oh, yeah. And I have reason to believe Louis XV was married in his youth. Something else? Henri has retired to a hospice near Bergerac. He used to be a fearsome warrior. Now he's... Well, you'll soon see for yourself. Something else. McGregor. McGregor is on your mind, Well, he's a politician. Otherwise known as a successful con artist. He has the ears, and some say the signature of Louis XV. Something else? Me? I'm very well, lad, if not a little gouty. Thank you for asking. Something else. Excellent, let's talk strategy then. The idea here is to steal an ace early in the game before faking a shuffle and ensuring it's dealt to me. Let's practice the first part, sticky hand. As you discard your hand, tuck an ace into your palm and steal it. Nobody will notice the incorrect count if you do it smoothly. Oh, God. Shall we proceed? Sure, why not? Time for step 2. Your next job is to arrange the deck whilst pretending to shuffle. Now, I know what you're thinking. You've done this before, and the comp drank so much you can't remember. But no, listen closely, lad. Begin by transferring a generously sized pack into your other hand. Good, now offset for me being dealt 4th by dropping 3 cards one at a time. I see, okay, so now in-jog the card. Now we have a marker for where the top of the deck will be. Drop the rest of the cards on top. Okay, here's where we depart from the beaten path. You can't always rely on me to cut the deck. So this time you'll be taking the matter into your own hands. Square the cards using the in-jog marker to create a small gap at your stack. Now we need to restore our stack. Start shuffling through again. Make sure to transfer everything before the gap, then stop. Beyond that stack, rearrange the drop thing else on top. Okay. Next. Okay. I think I don't fully understand, but we're just gonna keep going.
It will soon test you to see if you do.
Okay. Oh. No. I press. I think I had to press up.
That's yeah. So you push the stick up to drop a single card.
Right. Oh.
Sideways to in-jog.
Yeah, I forgot to do
It's
that.
tough because we didn't want to be too punishing, but also we didn't want to it's important to gatekeep players from going onto the main scene until they've got a thorough understanding of it. But yeah, we had to sort of try and strike a balance that didn't feel too stingy.
No. Press the wrong one again. All right. Okay. Okay. In jog.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, we did. It's beautiful.
It's so nice.
Deborah, my sweet angel, where are you? My bones are weary, your gentle touch. I'm here, Henri. These two gentlemen would like to talk to you. Good day to you, my lord. Your lovely niece told us you were resting. I hope we're not bothering you. To what do I owe this visit? Should I tell you over a game of cards? You, me, your niece, my quiet friend. We make a fine party. Let's dance then. Please have a seat. Palm's getting sweaty again.
I believe in you.
Oh.
It's okay. It doesn't screw up everything.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
It's really stressful watching it as well. I'm sure that the viewers will agree.
It's the story of the 12 bottles of milk. That sounds like a good story. Did you say 12 bottles? Who told you about that? Someone that likes to play cards as well. Theodore, what did he say? Theodore von Neuhoff? How interesting. I have nothing to tell you. Shall we carry on playing? Yes, certainly yes. She's already like halfway there. What? Whoopsies. Once I played cards against the Cardinal Richelieu during the siege of La Rochelle. Truly, you are living history of France. I doubt it's a history we would like to remember. Never saw someone cheat so much as the Cardinal. I've always been fascinated by cheats. Their tricks amaze me. Look, I just feel like it's more suspicious if you're always winning. This is part of the plan.
Tactical.
Yeah. I keep doing. Wait, no. No, this is bad. I don't know why this is the one that like just completely. Like I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. What just happened? You play a peculiar kind of game. Something, my dear. Don't worry yourself. I'm sure this gentleman is just lucky. Well, I'm sure the prison will end its luck. Arrested. Damn.
Busted.
A prison?
Do you not say prison?
What? Oh no, we
Do you not
we
say-
do.
Oh.
I'm just saying it in a weird, dramatic way. I think. I need better from you. Your mistakes will cost us our lives. You need to train more. Good morning, my friend. Are you here to whisk us away from this gaol? That's a word, I don't know.
It's jail, but written in
Jail?
an oldie-woldy way.
Oh, interesting. A costly trick. I paid your bail. Thank you. I will deduct that sum from the money you owe me. Alright. I feel like I have to try that again.
You can see here that we've written specific dialogue for when you revisit.
Yeah, you need to practice. Okay, let's see.
But you can skip it if you're
Yeah.
really confident.
So the thing that keeps messing me up is like it's down to shuffle, up. It's the up, up to like offset, and
Up to drop single cards.
right.
Right to offset.
Wait, right to offset?
Oh, sorry. In jog.
In jog, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god, sorry. I'm making it so much worse for you. Down to shuffle.
Yeah.
Up to drop single cards. Right to off. To in jog.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
shut up. Making it worse.
Is it really different with the PC or with the mouse and keyboard controls?
They
They came to my God.
I found it easier to play it with mouse. But there are some techniques that feel really nice when you're using the stick on a controller.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got it.
This takes so long. It's funny that they'll play cards with me again after.
Yeah,
she-
some we had to sort of write like narrative intros for each scene, depending on if you'd been there or not. And often we'd have to try and create a narrative motivation for why they would allow it.
Yeah. That was close, actually. My money? Where is it gone? Did you win, monsieur? My purse is light as a feather. I need to retire. Mais, monsieur! Her game is too young to leave so early. It is too bad, Deborah. It's the last time I help you, Henri. He will ruin you. Nonsense. We are your friends, Henri. You know that. So you're acquainted with Theodore. How is the old rascal? He's up to his neck in debts. Thankfully, he's a little fellow. Is he still in Germany? I don't know. He calls himself the Count of Caprera now. Nothing like nobility to discourage the debtors. Ha, indeed. Shall we play a game? If I win again, you will tell me the secret you share with Theodore. I would rather die than give you what you want. Let's not be dramatic. We shall play, and you will speak. Okay.
Do you feel at all bad about swindling an old man?
No. Like, he should know better, you know? If he's so old. Just need to, like, move a little faster. Move a little faster. It's close. Oh. You're done, old man. Now tell me your story. Do it and I will spare 100 livres so your niece can keep wiping your ass for a while. It all happened in February 1723 near Paris.
That's Paris.
sorry. Make way for the king. Sophie d'Aubigny No, you will not hear one more word. I swore an oath to the king. No! It's pretty dramatic. Sophie, what happened to Sophie? How could I be the last one standing? Where have you all gone, my friends? He's dead. Old fool, dramatic, and incontinent to the end. Let's go. There's nothing left for us to do here. I wonder where Theodore is hiding. The nuns are like, great, now we have to deal with this. Okay, actually I want to look at these journals.
Sorry, my dog's chewing a stick.
No worries.
If anyone's wondering what crunching is, it's not me just cracking into some crisps.
I love these drawings. They're so nice.
Yeah, so cool.
I think this is probably a good place for us to stop today. But this is amazing.
You're really good at it.
Oh, thank you. I'm just good at cheating, I guess. But this was so much fun. I really, again, I've been hearing about this game and have seen little bits and pieces, but I'm so glad I got to play it today. It's so much fun, and I do think it, like, as you were talking about earlier, sort of striking the balance of doing fun, bad stuff, but also having a sense of, like, the consequences of cheating at gambling, for example, things like that. I think that comes through, and I also think the art is just obviously so beautiful and stunning, and just is so unique too. I think I really appreciate that about this game. Yeah, it's just like super cool to get to play it and like talk to you about it. And talk to your dog about it too.
Yeah. No, it's been really fun watching you play it.
Yeah.
This kind of gives you a taste for how much the story like really, the story really it's really hard. He's just staring at me. It's just like just a small slice of how much more the story expands. Like it really, Francois did such an amazing job. Sorry, that's really distracting.
No.
Go away.
No, yeah, it's I like how I feel like you get having played now for like what, an hour and a half. It's like we start to get a sense of a story unfolding, and I think at a nice pace where at the beginning you're just sort of focused on memorizing all the tricks and things like that. But I think it's nice to have this story, like the intrigue of this story starting to unfold as well.
Yeah, and as you say, like there's just this this sense of like the moral repercussions of what you do is something that we really played with. So you revisit some scenes that you previously played, and then you see the consequences of what you've done with individual characters, which lead to some quite sad moments.
Well, I'm really excited to like play this, keep playing it later. So when is it, like, do you have any info on when the full game's coming out, or anything like that?
This year.
Okay.
I don't want to say a specific date because I don't think there is one.
Okay.
But I do believe it's going to be soon because everything's getting locked.
Great.
Which leads me to believe that that it should be coming out soon.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me as I was playing this today, and so everybody should check out Card Shark. It's a lot of fun and stressful, but in a good way. So thanks for watching, everybody, and bye bye. See you later.
Thanks, Nicole.